since last Friday, but still rank 7 because you obviously don't go down ranks. Right, what do we want? We want to see Heist. No Bomber, please. A Neuromancy's good. We'll probably use that to bring out Heist. And the Squirrel is not so good. You see the sun first? Okay, so probably New Zealand? Or some island in the middle of the Pacific? I don't know. So this looks like a Ogroid stack. And against Ogroids... Yeah, New Zealand. Cool. I did get it right. I don't know if you told me before, but... I assume not. So I think we play a Neuromancy for the Heist. And then we start playing Angus. We could do damage to that thing. Could we? Or maybe I should play this first so that I can do damage. Do one bit of damage to it. Because then it'll stop them getting might, maybe. Somebody once told me. Oh, the song? Did I say something? Or the Ogroids? Oh. Because I said somebody... I don't know. Remfrey's gang. Is this Ogroids or Remfrey? Starting deck has at least 25 units. Summon all copies of self. So they have 25 units. Fine. Yeah, the Shrek thing. I just can't remember if I said anything. Remfrey Ogroid deck. Okay, so it is actually a thing. But are we going to... Go on. Let's bring out the Heist. And worst case, we, you know, lose our Angus. But we'll replay some other things? I don't know. What are we going to replay? Neophytes? Remfrey can make any unit heavy deck work. I see. Destroy an adjacent allied unit, then damage an enemy unit by the destroyed unit's power. Excellent. I didn't want that unit anyway. I mean, I did. Definitely did. Well, let's play Angus. He's doing more things. So he now has might. Do I need to stop him from keeping his might? Or is he just going to use it at some point anyway? Because I don't think I can do 3 damage to him anyway. So... yeah, not sure how either. Well, we're definitely going to replay this thing. Focus on sudden power swing. My sudden power swing? Because I don't have a sudden power swing. Do I play the commando? Even though we're probably not going to be playing much more in this round. Or the neophyte. Yeah, let's go with the commando. Venusil and Simless. I see. But not in this round. I haven't got any Deadeyes out. I haven't got any Waylays in the deck. Okay, I have 2. The original 2. Because I am tempted to let him keep playing his good cards. Lose the round by a long way. It's fine. We're going to use the Sapper this time.
Blue Mountain!
purify and replay. It's, you know, almost a certainty that this round is lost. He's gonna pass probably, yeah. I don't know why he isn't passing, really. All these cards are great. I kind of want him... Was he going to play Crumb or something? I don't know. He doesn't need to. Like, I'm tempted to just... Because I can't use this again anyway. If I just pass. He will now, he's down to 4 cards. Okay, so then I have no way to get back. I'm just going to pass. I say no way. Yeah, I could actually play 3 Deadeyes, and they would have 5 each, so that's 15. And then Venusiel could get me 2 more, which is another 10. 25. Okay. So what do we think this time? Probably we're going to get Vanadyne. Maybe we'll use a Neuromancy for that, and we can push back the Waylay. Definitely don't need a Squirrel, though, to do that. Neophyte is useful for getting Elven Deadeyes. Bowman... maybe more useful, although the Trickster's useful for moving things on rows. So let's go with... well, 2 Tricksters, then. Are they just going to pass? Because they want 2 short rounds? No. But they are going to bleed me. Well, I suppose I will put the heist out there, because I'm going to need to use it regardless of what we're doing. Damage it. We'll damage it in a second then. Damage the ogre, because increase its base power by 6. If it takes damage, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck, then banish self instead. So I need to do damage to it. The only way I can do damage to it is with Waylay, which I'm okay using. Summon the bigger ogre and buff it. If Sleeping Ogre is damaged, it won't buff. Yeah. I mean, they do have Might already again. I don't know, maybe they're not playing with Might, because otherwise, do they not get a free card that just appears randomly and then comes out the graveyard? That belt thing? Okay. So we're going to do our Vanadyne setup. Although we can only really do it once. Which is a bit of a shame. Not having... a sapper or something. But we're going to do it and hope that it's enough. And we're going to push back... oh well, we've done it already. Maybe the Tricksters? Neophyte, because we'll maybe want... no, we'll do it this way. And we need to win the round as well. Is it my turn? Okay. So what am I going to play? Well, first we're going to push those back. Yeah, replay him. Get 2 more. But we need to play 1. Right, so that's enough now. And now we pass. Dangerous move. Dangerous move to pass. So we want Waylays in the deck. We have no use for a squirrel, really. So the first thing we're going to do is scenario. Although that will fill up that row. So we'll put it here. I suppose it's a shame you could have gone out with even cards. Oh, could I have done? I mean, I wanted to replay Vanadine anyway. Because now we have, well, only 4, because we didn't replay it a lot and we used one of the cards and we haven't played Alyssa. 2 random enemy units by 2. I mean, maybe that's the time to do this. Anything else that I would use it for? And it is anyway, right? Let's just go with that. Yeah, I don't know which cards I would have played to get out with even cards. But I think it was still my plan to do it the way I did. And that's probably wrong. Always. Always probably wrong. Maxi is back. You may shuffle your deck, then move a card to the bottom of it. Okay, but she's done everything that she's going to do. May move a card to the bottom. But they're probably not going to be pulling more cards anyway, right? I don't know. What do we want to do? We could play Neophytes. Doesn't really matter which row you put it on.
I shall not fail. Elren has shown us the way.
I mean, the way I see it, we're probably going to do, well, similar second last, Venusial last, unless we think we won't have space for it, but okay. Here comes Renfrey. And now he's going to get a much better leader. Oh dear. So, Curse of Wrath. Damage an enemy unit by 6. Deal excess damage to adjacent units. If it was killed. Which I suppose they're just going to do it to the middle unit. After using your lead ability, play the lowest provision unit from your deck. Okay. Fine. What are we going to do? We need to play the Bowman, but it doesn't really matter about Renfrey unless they're going to try and replay it, but it's doomed. So they could purify it, then replay it. I suppose just in case, let's do this first.
Time for you to die, Dwan.
And just to recount, we do have 4. I mean, we're definitely not going to have last say, but they're going to have 2 cards after our last card. Is that what's going to happen? At the end of your turn, boost the lowest power unit you control by 1. Might boost all lowest power units you control by 1. Well, they're quite a long way off might, aren't they? I feel like similar now, because I can do some nice 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or they may come up with some more cards, I suppose. And how many spaces do I need? 3 plus 4. Kill 2 go. Okay. Let's go with Simless then.
Feign not ignorant. Remember to whom you speak. For the daisy of the valley! Eloren has shown us the way.
His leader will make space for you. Oh dear. Well, yeah, deal an enemy unit by 6. I mean, that's our big points coming out already. There's plenty of space. Consume a unit from their graveyard. Fine. I mean, he's just making it easier for me to play Finocial, because I have 5, 8, 9, potentially 12. 12. So it's already too many. Consider filling up. Forget Sapper. But do I do it now then? Or just put Sapper in the bin now? Because I can do, like... I can graveyard Sapper now. It's better if I don't... Yeah. Because I want to use this next turn when they have more cards. And they won't see that I've played that. I mean, I can see it. Okay. Boost self by the total base power of Ice Giants in your starting deck. Right. So I need to not fill up the row. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 3 is 8, 9. So there's room for all of them. There's no room in this row.
For the daisy of the valley!
The forests are not yours!
Well, it did some damage. They need to have 84 points in their last 2 cards. And leader ability. Which brings out... Well, it kills one of my units. Gives them 4 points. They have Crumb, which is a good number of points. And Lord Riptide. But it's not enough. And a victory. And also I completed some kind of quest there. Yep, they can have a GG. It did seem worrying at some points. What have we done? Oh, we have played 60 cards in our daily quest. What else did we do? First trial. 20 reward points. Complete 10 Geralt's Journey quests. Nice. And Nestling. Win 25 rank matches during the July season. And reach level 40 by playing in any mode. Am I level 40? Level 40. What's the top level? Also, some people... There's like prestige or something, because some people have it gold or... I don't know. I have a lot of reward points now. So we could go do that at some point. Whenever you want to take a break. But let's just click on a game for now. Oh yeah, I didn't actually check which kegs. You want to do kegs? Go on. Let's do a couple kegs. Well, we'll at least do 5. Or, you know, maybe we'll do more than 5. Let's go back. So... But yeah, I was saying that I shouldn't get this, but really I should, shouldn't I? Although these are kegs here. Ultimate kegs. Let's get the kegs. Are there any other things here? But this allows me to open up more things. The Scion of the White Ship skin, right? Or am I making that up? Because that will open up... No. If I want to open up those things, I need to take these people. So... I could take her. Do you want more leader skins? Well, just to get more of the trees, right? I suppose I could do the Northern Realms ones without doing that. Let's... If I'm aiming for Northern Realms cards, let's maybe do this then. So we can do this and get some free kegs, sure. Even though people will say, yes, I earned a reward, thank you. Always aim for scrolls first, and I suppose that's the quickest way to scrolls. So we can do 8 that way. And then, well, that's also quick. Oh, and there's story here, obviously, if you want story. And then this way. Just about enough. So I could get these two. Well, actually, maybe I should have gone for the kegs. And the next time I can have 500. Right. So now we have 2,000 ore. We're not going to do 20 kegs, but maybe we'll do 10 now. Let's do 10 Northern Realm kegs, unless there's a better one to get. I mean, I could just get Ultimate and it would be... like... Let's just go with Northern Realms. Like I say, they're probably going to be my next deck. So I might as well... Yeah, Northern Realms, let's go. Go with the blue... The chaps in blue. Oh, and I have some extras because I just grabbed some anyway. So we'll do 13 kegs. And not a single keg more. So this is our one ultimate keg. Venendal Elite. Boost self by 1 for each tactic in your hand. Double Farmer Sentry, we know about them. Knight's Challenger. Apparently we have 2 of those already. Nature's Rebuke, we already have 2. And our raresies. I mean, I feel like I'm very close to this card because we sometimes see it as a, you know, banner or something during the round, a background somewhere. But if I'm going to go for anything, probably I go for the Pikeman. Or not. Because we're probably just going to pack that soon anyway. Damage enemy unit by 2. Reduce the cooldown of each unit on this row by 1. Always trigger the Death Blow ability if it's inspired. Magpie. Pikeman pseudo plays in Siege. Okay. And Siege is relatively in at the moment until they nerf it in a minute. The next season is in a few days' time, I think. Let's just go with this. Right. Okay. Target practice. Boost an allied unit by 4 if there is a Witcher on the boosted units row. Also spawn a Witcher student on that row. The Meditating Mage we saw before. The Barnard student I think we've seen recently as well. Order damage an enemy unit by, well, however much you've waited by. And then the Centurion Royal Guard, which I've seen Centurion Royal Guard decks as well. Are they played with Reavers because they just like to spam themselves? The Reaver Scout can help you do something there. And our goodies. The Immortal Cavalry as well. I've seen that used. Griffin, Witch, and Mentor. Draw your top unit and boost it by 1. And shuffle a card from your hand back into your deck. Draw your top 2 units and boost them by 1. And shuffle 2 cards from your hand back into your deck. Okay. I mean, I think they're both good cards. Transform an allied unit that's not a Cursed Knight into a Cursed Knight. Without changing its power. Does that do something else? Knight can be helpful in a Knight stack? Sure. Scytheman we know all about. Ship Ballista I think we saw before. Yeah, just damages enemy unit, then boosts a random non-booster unit in your deck by the excess damage dealt. Oh, it's boosting rather than doing damage. But it increases the damage for each. Anyway. Yeah, we saw the tutor earlier. Royal Guard, obviously, we've now seen. And our raresies, well, we can either have the Cursed Knight again, or the Pikeman, because that goes with the other siege deck. Or we could have the Cardweni Cavalry, which has a shield, and when it loses its shield, it boosts itself. Which, I mean, doesn't really seem like it does much. I'd be tempted to get this if it goes with siege, though. Even if we already have one. I'm sure it'll come up again and again. Also use the pseudo purify of negative statuses. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Because if you have something which is, well, I suppose if it's locked, you wanted to use the ability. But if it's got poison, then it will transform itself. A Ratuza student, patience, and for as long as you wait on the range throw, it will boost an allied unit. Bleeding infused, etc. Yeah. All those things are good to purify. Caro Ballista we saw earlier. Onager, definitely important for siege. We saw that earlier, didn't we? And the Redanian Elite, which we already have 2 of. Our goodies, again, I knew we'd see those again. Mad Charge, boost an allied unit by 5, and give it 2 armor. If it's a knight, also give it vitality. So I guess that's maybe using a knight stack, or maybe not. Onager is the goat. Especially if it's flinging goats. Mad Charge go for the knights, yeah. I mean, I assume you're talking about this to actually take it for the knight stack, not the knight next to it. So there's a epic over there, which we'll get to. Infantry we've got, Mage we've got, Reaver Scouts we've got. Well, I kind of want to do that first, but anyway. Maiden Shield we unfortunately already have. And our raresies. Well, we have one of each of them. Which one looks most useful? Yeah, definitely a sad. I mean, one of these two, maybe? I like the look of this one better. It doesn't matter too much. We're probably not going to use either of them. Boiling Oil. Damage an enemy unit by 5. Deathblow purify adjacent units. Adjacent units to the ones that you hit. Why would you want to purify enemy units? I guess maybe you wouldn't want it to purify. So you want to damage an enemy unit by 5 but not kill them. Centurion Envoy. Yeah, we've seen Redanian Knight, we've seen Griffin Witcher Adept, we've seen. And our goodies. Forbidden Magic. Damage an enemy unit by 2. If it's a death blow, then spawn a Cardweni Revenant on a random allied row. Get rid of invincibility, remove vitality. Oh. Yes, there are reasons, unlike the defender thing as well. So, I don't know. I mean, this doesn't look like a very good spell, so they're not very good, either of them, but Soldier might be more useful. Whilst I don't have a lot of things, you have to hit the defender. Oh, okay. And you would have killed it. But maybe the thing next to the defender was the thing you wanted to hit. Really, I don't know. We've got all these things. Bombardment we saw earlier. Scytheman we know all about. And our epic pick. I've definitely seen this guy a couple of months ago. I don't know if he's still used. At the end of your turn, if this unit has a shield, boost it by 2. And it starts with a shield as well. Windhelm is the goat. Should I not even read the other two? I mean, this one creates and plays a Northern Realms card. That seems... Oh, it's only bronze. If it's only a bronze card, surely it's only worth the points of a bronze card? Yes. But it's gold. Anyway. So I guess we're going with this guy. We have ourselves a Windhelm. Is he used in a Knight's deck then? Because he is a Knight? Or is he just used in lots of decks? Order, Grace 10, gain a shield. Okay. Archer we know about. Adept we've seen. Damned Sorceress. Remove unit shield, then boost self by 2. Fine, we already have 2 of those, one of which is premium. Dun Banner we know about. And our raresies. Griffin Witcher? I feel like I've seen that. Zoria can be made with Rune Mage, and Pavetta is basically Alyssa for units. Okay. I didn't actually read Pavetta, because, you know, in the end, you told me that he was a goat. So I had to go with a goat. Redanian Secret Service. This thing. Zeal Order. Purify an allied unit. If you do not control Redanian Secret Service, when an allied unit gains a status, summon self from your deck to its row. So you just get this free card. I mean, it's only 1 point, but it has, as you say, thinning. Let's go with it.
One bang splash! Battle now is trash!
Right, we have one of these already. And we have 5 of those already. Already have one of those. The Arethusa student we saw before. Actually, did we see this recently? Whenever you play a unit with orders, boost off by 1. Maybe, can't remember.
Shiny!
And our shiny. So we either have Odrin, Vess, or Bernard Laredo. So he can duel. She can damage an enemy unit by 2 and give an allied unit Zeal with a cooldown. And Odrin is a one-man crew. Odrin for Siege, Vess for Blue Stripes. Laredo is a tech card. Or for a tech card thing. Presumably, I don't really know what Blue Stripes is. So I would assume that Odrin Siege is probably more meta at the moment, even if they're about to nerf it. So let's go with Odrin. Actually, how many provision is he? 5. Okay, that's fine. Just checking he isn't like 12 points or something stupid. Right, Reaver Scout we know about. Redanian Elite. We have Lyrian Cavalry we have. Adirian... Well, that's a hard word to say. Adirnian. Anyway, he mauls, and therefore his order is to damage an enemy unit by 2. That doesn't seem like a lot. The radio can be played as a first card to get rid of an engine. I can't remember what he did now. That's fine, he'll come up again. Battering Ram? Oh, he duels, yes. So yeah, if an engine starts on 4, then he's very likely to kill them. I guess the Battering Ram works with Siege. Even though the Secret Service, as we picked it before, was good. But maybe not against the Siege. Because this moves self to the range row, and then it damages the highest power unit by 3. I mean, you do need to crew it up. But even still. Crew improves the speed, right? Trigger this ability. Yeah, but... Oh, you choose the enemy unit to damage. But it still has a cooldown. So it's still 3 damage every 4 turns. Ram is not the powerhouse of the Siege deck? Okay. But it's still part of the Siege deck? It's not the powerhouse. Especially if there's orders being used. Okay, it's still part of the siege deck. It's fine. I think that one, and then we'll probably... It's fine. We'll be picking them all up anyway at some point. Target practice. Boost an allied unit by 4. I think we saw this before. Damned Sorceress. Siege Master. Reduce an allied unit's cooldown by 1. When you play a siege engine, summon self from your hand to the left of it. Then draw a card. More siege and knights. Oh, you're talking about the ram? I mean, this guy seems good for siege. You'll probably tell me he's not used in siege decks as well. Spellweaver we've seen, I think. And our Resis, well, we've got 2 of those, so we better go with this thing. Bombardment, we got 2. Envoy, we got 2. The Karak Cutthroat has formation. And gives an enemy unit bleeding. Didn't really think bleeding was big in Northern Realm stacks, but maybe it's somewhere. Boiling Oil, we've now got 2. Not used and forgotten. But he seems like he would do a good job because he is a free card, right? Okay, sure, you're not going to... If he's in your hand, he has to be in your hand to get the free usage from him. But... And this time... No? Okay. Just me thinking he's a free card, but I suppose... I trust the meta more than I trust myself, so I believe you. Yeah, Siege Master I was talking about. Which was a couple goes back now. Not this guy. Forget that guy. Siege Master is the GOAT. Yeah, okay. Must have. Okay, good. I thought he looked good. Griffin Witcher, damage an enemy unit by 1. And it has a cooldown of 1. At the end of your turn, damage a random enemy unit by 3. And locks off. So he stops being useful, well, towards the end. You're talking about Cutthroat. I see this guy. Yeah. Because of all the bleeding stuff. That's not used and forgotten. Just to even it out, let's get this guy. And our last one, we have a Karak Marine. Boost an allied unit by 2. Or 4 if you have Devotion. Ballista, we have Scytheman, we have Centurion Royal Guard, we have. And our Resis. The Alumni. Deploy. If the damage and boost values are equal to or higher than 4, gain Zeal. If the damage and boost values are equal to or higher than 4. Oh, right, because they start at 0 and you have to use Patience. The damage corresponds to the highest patient achieved by your Barnard students or Arethusa students in this game, respectively. Alumni is the powerhouse of Patient Wizard's deck. Yes. That makes sense. And it would... But it only does one of these, damage an enemy unit. Or if it's on the range row, it can boost an allied unit. Anyway. Is it what I want? I mean, I might as well have it. Even if it's not necessarily useful. Okay. That's probably enough cards at the moment. Decks, kegs, whatever you want to call it. We still have plenty of ore, but we can come back to that in a bit. Let's do another game before we forget entirely how to play Gwent.
Keep a stiff neck.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.